So the film begins in 1967. It's a story set in Los Angeles where Alice lives in a house with her two daughters. Recently, her husband has passed away and the three of them are unable to move on from it. To run the household, S1 pretends to be a spirit medium, meaning she pretends that she can connect people with the spirits of their loved ones. Their claims may not be entirely true, and both her daughters assist her in this related business. Doris and Paulina one day go to a party at Paulina's friend's house where all her friends decide to play the Ouija board. Through this board, they could connect with spirits, and there were 3 rules to playing this game. This game was never to be played alone. The second rule was that this game should never be played in a graveyard, and the third rule was that you must always say goodbye when ending the game. They start playing the game, and surprisingly, the planchette also moves. Paulina wasn't too shocked because she knew all these tricks. Meanwhile, her mother came to pick her up, and they left for home. On the way, she smiled at Alice and said that we should also bring an Ouija board to our home, which would make it much easier for us to fool our clients. Alice agrees with her, and the next morning brings an Ouija board to their home. After placing the board at home, she goes to school to pick up Doris, where we see that Doris was being bullied by school children, which Doris had not shared with anyone. Alice brought Doris home, and as soon as they arrived, decided to play the Ouija board, which was never to be played alone, and she was playing it alone. While playing, she noticed that she was playing checkers. Here, some questions are being asked by any space present, the answers to which are not being found by Alice on the check, but above we see that Alice's daughter Doris is now processed, and she is answering all those questions that Alice was sitting below and asking the board. When Alice asked for the spirit's name, Doris upstairs said, Marcus, meaning the spirit that had come here and processed Doris was named Marcus. And shortly after, as soon as Alice stopped playing the Ouija board game downstairs, Doris came out of the trance position. But even while leaving the ball, Alice broke one more rule. She didn't say goodbye. Night falls and we see that Doris is near the Ouija board. She knew that the Ouija board could connect people with the spirits of their loved ones. She tries to connect with her dad Raj's spirit and is amazed, as she feels she has made contact with her dad. The next day, she goes to school, and at school, Father, who was running the school, he calls Alice to the school. They thought Doris had done today's homework with Alice's help, but that wasn't the case. She had done an excellent job on her own, a performance she had never achieved at school before. Alice now brings Doris back home, and during dinner, they find out that their house is soon going to be seized because since her husband Roger's passing, Alice has not been able to pay the house taxes. And Paulina was very worried about this while inside. Doris was still busy with the Ouija board. It is through this Ouija board that Doris is told about a room in the basement whose cupboard contained a lot of money. Upon learning this, Doris is astonished and tells Alice, who also goes to check there and confirms all her statements. They also started to feel that Doris has truly made a connection with her dad, so the 3 of them decide to talk to her dad. Alice wanted to first check whether the spirit responding was Roger's or someone else's. She asks the spirit a question that only she and Roger knew, and upon receiving the correct answer, she realized that the spirit was none other than her husband. Alice had started to believe in this Ouija board, and Doris had also told her that she could see the set from this planchette. They planned that she will genuinely try to connect their clients with their relatives with the help of Doris and the Ouija board, but Paulina refuses to support them in this plan. Alice continued with her plan. She kept connecting people with their loved ones through the Ouija board with Doris, and in the process, Doris also stopped going to school. While playing, Doris often made strange sounds that almost resembled those of people's family members, and this made their clients believe in these people even more. Their business started doing very well, but during all this, Doris continued to experience persistent pain in her neck. She felt something external on her, so she took the planchette to the disciple, and when she saw the planchette, there was an evil spirit on her shoulder. Seeing it, she got scared. She screamed, and the evil spirit went inside her. The evil spirit completely took control of her and processed her. As soon as the process was complete, Doris became normal and went to her sister's ear and did something. Said something in part. This caused Polina to start having terrifying nightmares. The next day, we see Doris at school, and as soon as some children start bullying her, Doris uses her power to harm them instead. Doris comes home, and today Polina's friend has come over. When it rains, Doris talks in a very scary and strange manner. She explains that when something wrong happens, how it makes her feel, how much pain she experiences. And hearing these things, the boy felt quite strange, and when Polina comes to her room, she sees that her doll's lips had been kissed. Polina got angry. She thought it was Doris's doing, but Doris said, "I didn't do it. Dad did this because he wants to silence all the voices coming into this house." They were talking about the voices that Doris was making. Nowadays, hearing these things, Polina gets scared and goes to say, "I think Doris is going crazy." She talks very strangely. Today she sees that Doris had made some notes, and these notes were in the Polish language. However, no one in their house knew Polish. She takes these papers to Father Tom at school and requests him to have these pages translated. After having those pages translated, Father Tom himself comes to their house in the evening, and as soon as he finishes eating, he says that he needs a Ouija board session because he wants to connect with his wife. And his session is started. Father Tom asks Dory if my wife's medal moves. Tell the name. During all this, something was spoken in Father Tom's wife's voice, which surprised everyone. Everyone thought the session was over, but Father Tom requested to meet Alice and Polina alone after the session. "Father, we tell these people that the session that just happened was not successful at all. My wife's medal was not Lynn, but Radikifiltau Lynn was mentioned by Doris because after asking this question, I started thinking of Lynn in my mind." Father Twist was revealing here that Doris did not connect with anyone. She just read people's minds and gave them answers. As for Doris producing liberating sounds, she only utters one word, and in the sessions, people imagine those sounds as the voices of their loved ones. Father Tom explained that gaming Doris could mimic the voice of any random man or woman. The voice Doris produced at some point was not my wife's either. Alice also questioned how Doris was able to do all this. Tom explained that she was possessed by an evil spirit that did all the work. Doris has been like this many times. They told Polina that the pages you gave me contained the story of a person named Mark who came here to Los Angeles from Poland. In World War I, a mad doctor had captured Marcus, and that doctor continued to conduct bizarre experiments on Marcus. That doctor was a psycho. He used to capture many people like Marx, experiment on them, keep them locked in his basement, and kill them. And this house was, and her family are currently living actually belonged to that doctor. And the bodies of all the people that doctor killed was still in this house. That is, assume this house was a cemetery, and as we know earlier, this is the rule of the Ouija board. The third rule of the Ouija board, which is not to play the game in a cemetery, was also broken by Alice, and because of this, they were about to get into big trouble. Father Tom moves forward and explains that in these pages, Marx has written about his feelings on dying. Even after death, he can feel all these things. He has been living in this world with the other spirits in their house for many years. Marx wrote in these pages that the spirit world is very cold, voiceless. No one can speak in it. He has no voice, but Marx has found a voice. In Omchit. That's why Doris was able to answer all of Alice's questions correctly, because Mark had always been among them. Below, we see Doris sitting on the sofa, whose eyes have become terrifying and her mouth is wide open. Meanwhile, the door is knocked. The mail arrives. When she opened the door, Polina's friend was standing there, and after exchanging greetings, they took him to the basement. After going to the basement and tampering with something, this boy finds some skulls here. Seeing the dead humans, he gets scared, and behind we see Doris, who was now being processed in a strange manner. His body was also being found, and suddenly he came and attacked this boy. And while attacking, his eyes had turned completely white. This time, after attacking, he strangled the girl to death. Anyway, here Father Tom also comes down with Paulina and Alice after finishing his meeting. As soon as they arrived, they were shocked to see that Paulina's friend's corpse was hanging right in the middle of their house. Somewhat as if this girl had hung herself from a noose. Seeing this, Father Tom got scared and immediately went to the base. Here, Father sees many human skulls inside the wall, so he quickly asks Alice to bring their Ouija board. These people had already used the Ouija board, but shortly after, we saw the same Ouija board intact on their table, where we see that during all this, they couldn't find Dorius anywhere. But then Father found a hidden door behind the walls, which led to another room. This was the lab of that mad doctor where he used to experiment on humans, and this is where Doris was processed. As soon as Father Tom arrives here, the spirits of this place also process Father Tom, and Father Tom now attacks Ellis and Pulia himself, to escape from whom both of them run away from here. It is shown that the spirit opens Father Tom's breath and kills him. Meanwhile, the processed Doris now comes out to kill her mother and sister. She has the key in her hand, her mom, whom she knocks unconscious and takes to the basement. It is shown here. Paulina had her sewing kit, which they picked up and took to her room. Here, Paulina explained to her how to fix all these things again, that you have to stop those voices that are coming here from the spirit world. This is all the noise because Doris was coming here as a medium, so Paulina had to sew Doris's lips, just like your dolls. Paulina, understanding her diet, reaches the basement to save herself, where Doris was about to attack her mom and kill her. At that time, Paulina also brought a needle to sew her sister's lips. She immediately went and attacked Doris, but many spirits started stopping her from behind. Many black hands were shown on her body, but Paulina was neither scared nor sad. Finally, she stitched Doris's lips in the same way as her dolls were stitched, and as soon as she did this, Doris was killed. After that, Doris's soul went and met her dead soul and became happy, while here we see Paulina, who had processed all the souls here, and as soon as she was processed, she killed her mum. As soon as her mum died, she regained consciousness and started screaming loudly. Realizing what she had said to her mum, the scene cuts and we are shown Paulina in a mental hospital many years later. She was accused of murdering her mum and her sister. From the doctor's words here, we learned that the police have not found Doris's body to this day, and Paulina never told them anything about it. Dr. Paulina is sent back to her room, where she once again uses a Ouija board with her horn and tries to summon her sister's soul. Her process even works, and in a little while, we are seated near their spirit. When dear Paulina passes by them, they feel something unreal here. They stand near the room, and Paulina also comes and stands in front of them. Inside the room, they didn't feel anything normal anymore, but they couldn't see that the soul of the deceased Doris was following them in an evil manner. And with that, the movie ended here.